Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back again to the Tooclevermafia podcast. I am your one and only host, Tooclevermafia, and I have AJ over in the sound booth. How are you doing today, AJ? I'm doing well. And I'd like to say hi to all my Mafians, all my new listeners, because we are just on fire. If you haven't listened to the Tooclevermafia podcast, this is your first time, you are joining a great group of listeners, and we have so much in store every single week, and just a variety for everyone. And like our advertisement says over on the YouTube, if you check it out at Tooclevermafia, it's we are that perfect pair of jeans. At least we try to be, right, AJ? AJ says we should be the perfect pair of sweatpants, I think. No, I said that. Yeah, I did say that. You're right. So today we got a great show in store for everyone out there. And so today is going to be Clever's history of country music. And what we're going to go over is I got a lot of questions about what type of music I like. I've mentioned that I've gone to country music concerts before in the past, and people think I'm a country guy and all of that. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna let everybody know. I'm gonna put all my cards and boots and sneakers on the table, and loafers and all that fun stuff. And I'm gonna let everybody know how I got involved in country music, and which kind of launched a career for me at one point, but and not a singing career, no, AJ, no. But I'm gonna let everybody know, and we're gonna go over a little bit of the history. There's gonna be some talk about Dolly Parton. We're gonna have some Dolly Parton talks, and maybe some Johnny Cash is gonna come up. And you never know. Probably some of the current folks in the country music industry, as well as other industries. We're not just limiting it to country music, but the show is going to be titled My History, or Clever's History of Country Music. So it's going to be how I know it. Yeah. No, I don't know. Well, it'll be factual from my point of view, AJ. But no, we're gonna really take a deep dive. It'll be a fun conversation. And don't forget to head over to www.tooclevermafia.com. Send us an email if you want at tooclevermafia@gmail.com. As always, we appreciate you subscribing to our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Like and subscribe our videos and our podcasts, which you can listen to on any of the major podcast networks: Anchor, Spotify, of course, Google, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Bullhorn, or right on the internet. You can listen to us directly. Like and subscribe from the podcast. We really do appreciate that. And if you like what we do and you want to donate to the show, head over to Patreon, search for Tooclevermafia, TOO, Clever Mafia, and you could take care of business over there if you like. And I think we're gonna. Should I put my boots and my hat on for this one, AJ? No. It's a good thing we're not recording these on video yet. Well, we are recording them on video. We haven't launched our video podcast on the YouTube yet, so keep an eye out for that. This is gonna be fun, but I might just put my boots and hat on. So if you do catch the video over on YouTube, you might be in for a real special treat. Right, AJ? Yeah. Okay. We're going to take a short break. We're going to see if I can find my boots and my hat. And do I got a holster of some sort, AJ, here in the studio? No? You don't know? All right. Well, we'll see what we can find. And I will be right back, and we will get right into, we're going to get down and dirty with Clever's history of country music. Welcome back. Thank you again, AJ. Welcome, Mafians, listeners, new and old. We have a great show lined up today. We're going to have Clever's history of country music we have for all of you, and all the questions. And I can't tell you how many questions we've received over on the Twitter and the Facebook. And as usual, I am your host, Tooclevermafia. You are listening to the Tooclevermafia podcast. And, well, we're going to start right into it. We get a lot of questions about what kind of music I like, AJ. We've mentioned a couple of times on our podcast that we go to, my Mrs. Mafia and I tend to go to concerts occasionally. And, well, first off, I want to start off by saying I like all kinds of music. I like oldies, 50s, 60s, I guess 70s, not 1800s, AJ, 1900s. But, yeah. I know what you're trying to do there. And no, I like oldies. I like popular music. Whatever's playing on the dial today, and classical. I've been known to like some classical music and classic rock as well. From the mostly I guess the '60s and '70s and '80s rock. I kind of got into that a little bit. Reggae. I like reggae. I especially when I take my trips to the islands. I always enjoy that. The beach kind of gives me that reggae vibe. Anytime I go to the beach, I kind of like that reggae vibe. I like jazz music. Years ago, I got into jazz music, and I was like, wow, this has got a catchy tune. Enjoy that. I enjoy rap. I enjoy, I enjoy all kinds of rap, really. Gangster rap? No, I like rap where I can understand the lyrics, and I don't like it to be too profanity laced. I like kind of the good messages in the rap songs, but and there's a lot out there, but yeah. And then I also like, obviously, I like country music, so that's what we're doing. That's what we're here doing today, right? Clever's history of country music. I like dance music as well. I like the Latin dance music. Well, not necessarily. I should say. I like Pitbull, for example. Yeah, I like a lot of his songs, and he does a lot of good remixes. I like. I know. Well, yeah. AJ's saying it's weird hearing me talk about popular music and popular artists because I'm old. But no, I know about it. I like it, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. So there you go. There you go. And I bet you thought, AJ, I was going to say something like I was a big fan of Patsy Cline or somebody back then, which honestly I don't mind Patsy Cline, but I'm a little bit more modern than that as far as my musical taste. But actually, I'll tell you, in the early '80s, what got me into country music, I really, in the '80s I was dabbling with whatever was hip at the time, but in the '80s I stumbled upon a Kenny Rogers cassette, and I don't know where I got it. I really don't even remember. I think I don't know if I found it in a garage sale or something. I don't know, but I stumbled upon this cassette, and it was the only cassette I had, and I had a cassette player in my automobile, and I wore this tape out. I played it over and over and over again till the tape wore out. I think it ended up breaking, but I don't even remember. But I used to listen to The Gambler, famous Kenny Rogers song, The Gambler. Used to sing that song out loud. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd sing. Yeah. Remember, I was last week or the week before I sang a little bit of a tune. I'm not singing today. My voice is I'm a little hoarse today, but I'm not a little hoarse. I'm not a horse. My throat is a little sore from talking. So anyway, you're really on fire today, AJ. Good thing you're not buying a microphone for yourself over there, because I probably unplug it. Yeah. Well, you can talk to me, but no one would know you're talking to me. And yeah, well, you would know in the editing. Anyway, we're getting off track here. And what was the other one? Coward of the County. I used to like that song by Kenny Rogers. You ever hear that one? Yeah, it's about this guy who used to get pushed around, and then they finally pushed him over the edge when they messed with his girl. I think her name was Becky. And he messed with this girl, and then he went in and he kicked the poop out of everybody in the bar. All the people that made fun of him. These, I think they were the Gatlin Boys, if I remember the song correctly, right? Yeah. But I'll tell you a story about that song. Actually, no, it was the Gambler song. So years and years ago, I remember I listened to that Kenny Rogers tape forever, and it was way after the tape. I think it was in the CD range, and I had Kenny Rogers came on the radio. I forget. I don't think I had a disc or anything like a CD, but he came on the radio. And I'm rocking out to Kenny Rogers, reliving my youth. And I see red lights in my rearview mirror. So, yeah, it was the Popo. Yeah, the police, they were there, but they pulled me over, right? So I'm thinking, oh, boy, I'm here listening to the Gambler, Kenny Rogers, being an outlaw, you know. Maybe my music was a little bit too loud. I don't know. My windows were closed. I don't know how you can hear it, and I don't have any fancy sound system. But um, so the officer walks up to my window. I roll down my window, and he says to me, and I was really nervous. I was really nervous because, you get pulled over. You're nervous. Everybody is. You're nervous. You don't know what you did. If you do know what you did, then you know you're in trouble. So either way, you're nervous. And he says to me, gets license registration and insurance card. I give him all the documents, and I'm sweating bullets. Right, I'm sweating bullets right now, and I'm thinking, what did I do? Is there a warrant out for me I don't know about somewhere? I don't know why, but that's what I guess what I was thinking at the time. And then he says to me, "No, you're out. Your back blinker, your turn signal is out, not working. You need to get that fixed. Have a good day." Gives me back my paperwork and drives away. I'm like, "You kidding me?" I was annoyed. I was angry because I was late for work, and I said, "How you pull me over for that?" But ever since that day, I will not listen to Kenny Rogers the Gambler while I'm driving in a car. Nope, it is not going to happen. It has too much bad memories to me. It really, really tore me up big time. Yeah. So that was my entry into country music was early '80s Kenny Rogers, and then I guess in the beginning of the '80s there was a movie by Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. Yeah. Well, it was a comedy. Yeah, it was a comedy movie. Have you ever seen it? I think there was a show later on afterwards, but there was a comedy show, and there was these 3 hardworking women who had a fantasy about getting even with their boss, and they decided to get together and make it happen, and they wanted to overthrow the company. The company's boss, who was, I guess, sexist and egotistical, and he was just a liar and a hypocrite and a bigot. And so that was the Dolly Parton movie. But then that was my first Dolly Parton. I actually liked that movie. It was on all the time on regular television. Kept replaying, but I enjoyed that movie. And then later on, I was I think it was what year? Let me see, 84, 85. Maybe let me look it up here real quick. It looks like. Okay, 1984 was the movie. It was Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone, right? Sylvester Stallone was in a Dolly Parton movie in '84. It was called Rhinestone. And I still, this movie, I had it on VHS, I remember. I don't know where I either rented it and didn't return it, or I bought it used from the VHS store, the like a Blockbuster or where. It wasn't even Blockbuster. It was probably just a neighborhood video store back then. So she played Dolly Parton played a character in the movie. She was this country singer, and from what I remember, and I could be wrong, but you can look it up and watch the movie if you're really interested. But she was in this long-term contract, and she was performing at this place called the Rhinestone, which was like a nightclub, kind of a sleazy nightclub in New York City, and she I guess made a bet or bragged that she could make anybody into a country sensation, and she insisted that she could turn any normal guy into this country singer in 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. And the boss accepts her on this bet and puts her up, and she would be able to get out of her contract if she was able to accomplish this. And she so basically, if she won the bet, the contract would be void, and then she would, if not, the boss would be able to lock her in for a few more years. And she kind of, well, there was another little bet on the end where the boss said, "Hey, if you lose, you're also going to have to do this," and whatever. But I'm not going to get into that. But the problem was that the person she selected, Sylvester Stallone, was just this obnoxious character. He was a New York City cabbie. I forget the guy's name in the movie, but he had not 1 ounce of musical talent whatsoever, and claimed he even hated country music. Worse than I think it was like liver or something along those lines. It was horrible. He just despised country music as a whole. But because she kind of boasted and she realized she was stuck with this guy, she takes him home to Tennessee because that's where you learn country music, right? And she teaches him how to walk like a cowboy, talk like a cowboy, behave like a real country star, you know. And she puts up with all of Sylvester Stallone's characters nagging and you know, just being difficult the whole time. And then this character also being a New York City cabbie. I mean, it was a culture shock going to Tennessee and to learn, being in the South for the first time. And it goes on. It was a good little story. And Sylvester Stallone does a lot of singing in the movie, which was different character for Sylvester Stallone to play. And I think he becomes if I remember correctly, he becomes pretty good at the end there. He becomes a pretty good singer, and I guess Dolly Parton wins a bit, and you know does pretty good. Does pretty good, and but that was Dolly Parton's Sylvester Stallone movie, and I like to also make a note because I told them I would on social media. Stallone's daughters, Sophia and Sistine, have a new podcast also. It's called Unwaxed. It's on Podcast One. So head over there and check it out. It's supposed to be really good. I haven't checked it out yet, but I think it launched today or tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's Stallone's kids. And now that we're talking about them, I figured it was only right. But then from that point, I'm going to say I got kind of into outlaw country, Johnny Cash and Walk the Line. And, I was watching an interview with Johnny Cash, and he said he never cared about what people thought of him, never really cared about the fans. He was the man in black, and he was representing all, that's why he wore black all the time. He was representing all the people that didn't have a say, prisoners, things like that. But he ultimately said towards the end of his life, he never said that he, really didn't make a difference how he acted. He did what he did because he loved doing it, and he wanted to continue doing it time and time again. And but yeah, I got into Johnny Cash a little while after that, and then what else here? So I guess before, then like I said, I listened to all types of music, but right before this whole COVID thing happened, I was fortunate enough to be able to head out to Los Angeles, and I headed over to the Greek Theater, a great little place. If you can get to see anybody there, definitely highly recommended. Nice little part of Los Angeles, and I got a chance to meet the one of the top country singers right now of all time, Luke Combs. A really nice guy, hardworking. And it was funny because we kind of met under the stage with a bunch of other people. And he was there taking pictures of everybody and shaking hands and, doing the whole PR thing. But, Mrs. Mafia, yeah, she came with me as well. And, we got to take a couple of nice snapshots of him with us. And all I remember, though, is how hot it was down there. And I remember, as I rethink about it, it was October in L.A., and it was hot underneath the stage. I think we were underneath the stage kind of the Greek Theater in like I don't know, not a dressing room, kind of like a warehouse part where they had like a lot of big sound equipment, things like that. But I couldn't help but thinking how the appearance of him being paraded around, and I was hoping, he was getting something out of it as far as pay and money concerned, but it got me thinking about how celebrities and artists are sometimes overworked, and need to take a break, and they just keep going, and they love what they do. They keep doing what they're doing because they love what they do, but they, I felt like he should have had a break there somewhere, and they're continuously traveling on the road. It's a tough life. I mean, I would imagine there's a lot of freedom and it's enjoyable and fun. There's some aspects of it, but traveling all around and, getting to meet all the people every single day, but just going and being under such time constraints is got to be tough. right, AJ? Yeah, you've AJ always gets the backstage pass and always checks out all of the tries to meet and greet, right? Is that what they call the meet and greets? Yeah. But I've been in a lot of concerts actually over the past few years. A lot of country concerts. Miss Mafia got me kind of going with her, and I saw Brad Paisley, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. It was always fun, very entertaining. I know a lot of his songs. They're pretty popular. Always see him on the commercials all the time with Peyton Manning. Who else? Dirk Bentley. Enjoyed him and his theatrics when he's on stage. He's fun concert. He's got quite a few good songs, and I can tell you how I kind of discovered a secret group called Hot Country Nights. So check them out. Check them out on the YouTube or whatever. But so one concert we went to, we usually don't get to our seats until the main event, which is, concerts start 6-7 o'clock. Main events usually like 9 o'clock. But Mrs. Mafia and I are sometimes parking miles and miles away, and we get a long walk. We take our time. We enjoy ourselves. We check out all the little stands and things, and get our food and beverage and take our time. But this Mrs. Mafia knew about it and wanted to see the opening act for Dierks Bentley, and we will go there. And it's this group called Hot Country Nights, and they're only I don't know, the arena we saw them was an outdoor arena, and it must have held like 18,000 people full, and there probably was only a couple of hundred people. The sun was still up. There wasn't many people there, and people just kind of meandering around in front of the stage, and these people were playing, and it was on stage, and it was a goofy bunch of guys. It looked like an 80s hair band, but just being, singing silly songs and being goofy and crazy outfits on and stuff. And it turned out we got to see the opener, and it was actually ended up being Dierks Bentley. He's got like this pseudo cover band, and it was fun. It was fun, but kudos to Dierks Bentley and his band, and it's a fun little treat that you get. You don't always get when you go to these concerts, and sometimes the openers are better than the closers, but in this case they were the same thing. You know who I came across? Chris Jansen is a country singer, and he was an opener. I forget for who, to be honest with you. I could probably figure it out if I asked Miss Mafia, but and he kind of started singing some songs, and just like this another down to earth country boy. Who else do I see? Well, I've seen Luke Bryan. He's the host on all the American Idols, or I don't know what those TV shows, whatever they are. This artist John Pardy. Party, Pardy, yeah, he's fun. He's a real drinker. I don't think I've ever seen him sing not be drunk. Either way, it's fun times. Zach Brown Band, always a classic with their chicken fried song. Dustin Lynch is another guy. I think he was an opener. I know I saw him for somebody, kind of liked him. I saw that group Lady A, they're calling themselves now, which that's a train wreck. They got to come up with a different name. It was Lady Antebellum, but there's bad connotations to Antebellum, so they changed it to Lady A, and then another artist had that name Lady A already. So they got to just come up with something new and reinvent themselves, or, whatever. They got to definitely figure that out, because they're going to ruin their whole persona, and all their marketing is going to go up in smoke, right? So that's kind of my brief history of country music, and how I got into country music. But I can't wait till next year to be able to go to some concerts and mix it up. Hey, you ever hear of Slipknot? Yeah, I might want to go to a Slipknot concert. I caught a song of theirs on the radio, and I kind of liked it. You don't think I'd do well there? Well, either way, we'll see. We'll see. How about that Ozfest, Ozzy Osbourne? I'm not going to be biting my heads off bat, but I will tell you that I saw something, there was an old interview that Ozzy Osbourne did. And he said somebody threw the bat on stage. He's kind of famous for biting the head off a bat, but he supposedly, from an old interview that he did, I think with Dave Letterman, if I'm not mistaken, and he said that someone threw were throwing toys on stage. He thought it was a toy bat. He picked it up and bit the head off. And by the time he realized it was not a toy, it was too late. But he didn't do it purposely. It's what I read, and what I heard from him actually say that. But he's a little incoherent at times, either way. But so we're gonna wrap this up, kind of going off the rails a little bit. Once again, I got to mention the Too Clever Mafia website, www.tooclevermafia.com. Subscribe to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just spend a minute, subscribe to all, and you might just win something. Let me know that you subscribed, and maybe I'll pick your name out of the group and send you over something. If you want, you want a $5 gift card to Chili's or something. Who knows? Maybe a T-shirt. We'll see. Went over Patreon already. You guys know how to support the show. If you like, head over to Patreon. It's Too Clever Mafia, and you can always get our merchandise for now over at Teespring, Too Clever Mafia, the Too Clever Mafia podcast over there, and of course you listen to us on some sort of podcast, but we are available on all of the major ones: Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Bullhorn. Please like and subscribe. We really, really do appreciate it, and we're going to be right back after this short break. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. We're going to wrap this up today, AJ, aren't we? Yeah, so this was kind of a Q&A session. I hope everyone got to know me a little bit better. They wanted to know some of my music tastes and what I spend my time doing at these country concerts all summer long. But this summer, not a one. I was kind of thinking somebody I know went to an outdoor concert, or I guess you can call it a concert. It was an outdoor music. Artists were singing outside, and people were parked in their cars, one spot apart. And I was kind of thinking of going to one of those, but they're kind of late. And I'd be a little worried driving home in the dark, AJ. You want to come? You can come with me. We'll I guess I'll have to get a trailer for you, right? Because you're not supposed to be in the same. Oh, I guess you are. You wear a mask, right? I don't know how it works. I really don't. But so I hope everybody learned a thing or two today. And hey, like and subscribe, will you? Like and subscribe these podcasts. You don't want to miss out anyway, because we're going to be doing some great stuff over, especially over on the YouTube. Like and subscribe. Listen to some of our podcasts over there as well. But definitely like, subscribe, leave your comments. So go over to Twitter, go over to Facebook. I'm on the Facebook probably the most. So if you want to get a hold of me, that's the way to do it. Send me one of those messenger things. If you hear this, drop me a line and say, hey, Clever, what's up? And hey, if I'm not doing anything, or my phone is charged, I'll maybe give you a shout out. Who knows? But if you listen to us on Anchor or Spotify or Google or Apple, any one of the other ones, Radio Public, Bullhorn, Breaker, I think there's a podcast one, Caster Pod, or I don't know what you call them, but definitely like on there and subscribe to our podcast on there, because that pays the bills for us. I don't pay AJ anymore because we don't make that kind of money here, so he works for free. But pretty soon, we gotta keep things going strong, keep the Mafians going strong, keep the Too Clever Mafia podcast going. I think what episode is this? 18, 19, 100, 50? I don't know. I lost track of which one. We've done quite a bit of these. I mean, this is technically season 1, but before this, there was probably about 40 in season 0, as we call it. That were kind of Too Clever's thoughts, and I think we're going to revisit some of those. Yeah, that's what I think that's what we're going to do next week. Yeah, pull together some of those old ones, AJ. I know the avocado one was pretty good. We'll get some of those sound bites. See how I've changed it, because I stopped using the pipe. I don't use the pipe anymore. Yeah, so you can hear it in my voice. I think my voice is sharper and clearer and not as raspy. No, it's raspy. It is still raspy. Well, either way, it's healthier, I guess, that I'm not using the pipe. And it's not the crack pipe, AJ. I know I have to clarify. I call it the water pipe. It was not that type of pipe. No, AJ. AJ's always thinking, and And it wouldn't be for medicinal purposes either, AJ. I tell you that much. Don't even think about it. So we did have some questions, actually. Some people wanted us to do some more old dad copy. So send us your companies that went out of business, and we could definitely use them. We've got a few, but I want to do companies that maybe are more national, or maybe even local companies, that regional companies in other parts of the country and even the world that went out of business, that you'd like me to get some old ad copy on. Do a little research. I like doing the research on that, right? So hopefully today we wear your favorite pair of jeans for the day. It's what we strive to do here at the Tooclevermafia podcast. And hey, did you hear, real quick before we go, I think the Tiger King, is he getting out of jail or something, I heard? No? Yeah, there was some news story he was posting on social media, I think, to he wanted people to send him stuff to jail, and I don't know if they're trying to send him to send him a nail file so he can get out, or what do they call it, shank. He wants some shanks. Send him some plastic spoons so he can sand them down and make some weapons. I don't know. I know he wanted to get out of jail because of the coronavirus. They were trying to use that excuse to say, hey, I want to get out of here. But yeah, I don't know what he did. I mean, I saw the show. We all talked about it. We saw the show with the Tiger King, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure what they show us on the television isn't really the whole truth and nothing but the truth these days. I kind of take everything I see on TV as fiction, and it's even hard to get the truth out of it. I used to be able to pick out, oh, well, this is kind of truthful because I've seen this on 15 channels, this little part of it. But now it's different. Every way you look, every news story is completely different from a different angle, and sometimes completely opposite of the previous news story. So who do you believe? Which news channel do you believe? Which one don't you believe? Everybody wants their ratings. I'm not going to get into that again. But so today, hopefully, we'll get back to business soon with our concerts. Anybody who likes to go to concerts and get out there, maybe we'll do a live broadcast from when things get going again. From where's that? Nashville. We'll head over to Nashville and see if we can rent out a bar for the day, or set up a podcast and do a live broadcast from one of the bars downtown. Get what's it, Luke Bryan? See if he'll let us do it. No, you don't think he will? Oh, well, maybe if he finds out Too Clever's asking. You never can tell. You never can tell. So we're gonna wrap it up for today. Hope everybody had a good time, learned a thing or two. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop me a line at Gmail, tooclevermafia@gmail.com, on all the social medias at tooclevermafia.com, all one word. TUO, Clever Mafia. And we will talk to everyone again next week. Until next time, my friends, that's all I have to say about that. Bye-bye for now.